Marthond Digital, the Bitcoin mining stock traded on NASDAQ, drops a press release yesterday where they state they're diversifying their 100% Bitcoin mining portfolio, and they've been doing so since September of 2023, jumping on board with Kaspa on the exact same day. CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, self-appointed spokesman for Bitcoin, drops this tweet showing the Bitcoin logo in the exact same color scheme of Kaspa. In Michael Saylor's many web interviews, he's an advocate for proof of work versus proof of stake, as the use of energy, whether it's renewable or fossil fuels, to create the coin gives it so much more additional value. Taking this recent news, we're going to go one step deeper and give you guys an entirely new perspective on this news that everybody's so excited about. And we're able to do so because we have the 24-point checklist, a system that helps us manually comb through every single detail. Using this, we were able to jump in on Kaspa over 400 days ago. That's a screenshot of our first double up. Now, there were many traders that found Kaspa early. We were amongst the first to go all in, a 100% portfolio allocation into Kaspa, because it's that once in a lifetime opportunity project. My name's Jesse, professional poker player and mathematician. The first piece of news that we're going to analyze is this date, September of 2023. That's when Marthond got wise to what was going down with Kaspa. In October, we did a research video using step 19 of the 24-point checklist, which is to analyze the wallet types and the actual wallets in the project. We combed through the top 300 wallets, showcasing multiple different whales, when they bought, how much they paid, etc. And we found a repeating pattern. The multitude of the large holders in Kaspa actually bought between 4 and 5 cents on the dip of the handle of the cup, late August to early September. That's when all the huge players started stepping in and scooping up enormous bags of Kaspa. Now, while we were combing the top 300 wallets, we actually found a guy that bought it all the way at the exact bottom of the April breakout, 48 hours before it skyrocketed, and he bought big. Who is that guy and how did he know? Who's to say? But it's interesting to take the time to comb through the wallets and see who's on first and what's on second. And from that, we got this additional piece of information about the whales we're keen on buying Kaspa then. That information is small potatoes compared to this intel, which seems like it has a high security level clearance. Inside the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, on page 83 of the final draft, they put a clause in which gives them full authority to hard fork Bitcoin. In this scenario, BlackRock would just go around and airdrop everybody their new Bitcoin, making the old Bitcoin completely obsolete and worthless. And they did this as a military strategy. Remember, over a year ago, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline mysteriously exploded? Russia was left with an enormous supply of energy. They turned to their neighbors in China and scooped up truckloads of ASICs and became the world's second largest Bitcoin miner. Based on this news clip from Eastern Europe, this is right on the border of Russia.
Proof of work ekosistemiyle, yani aslında madencilik sistemiyle beraber, üretilmesiyle beraber pozitif ayrışan bir proje. Türkiye'de çok fazla takipçisi ve yatırımcısı oldu.
This was back in September, right around the Nord Stream 2 pipeline explosion, when Russia started picking up massive crypto mining, when Marthond, behind the scenes, started mining a lot of Bitcoin. You can only assume, putting all these clues together, that Russia has been mining Kaspa this entire time as well, getting its foot in the door on the world stage. Kaspa now has a connection directly to the U.S. stock market. Michael Saylor, another stock market figurehead, is acknowledging this as well. So Marthond Digital, we looked them up on Yahoo Finance, and we can see who owns the majority shares in Marthond Digital. In fact, BlackRock, they're the #2 holder of Marthond Digital. But guess who the #3 is? And this is so bullish for Kaspa. It's Jane and Jump Street. They're one of the largest market makers in the crypto industry. Now, one of the most common misconceptions that you'll hear across the Kaspa community that almost make us seem uneducated is when the Binance listing or Coinbase listing happens, Binance will then buy a huge bag of Kaspa. This is completely false. They deal the business to the market maker companies like Jane and Jump Street. And in fact, Jane and Jump Street would be an entity that would buy an enormous bag of Kaspa. Just to see this correlation to Jane and Jump Street to Kaspa through Marthond Digital is enormously bullish. And this is something that you would know if you had the 24-point checklist. You would come across this information. As we're doing research, as we're tunneling through, doing a lot of reading, we get lost in the sea, and half the time what we're reading has almost no monetary value to investing in cryptocurrency. Can you feel me on that one? This 24-point system is like a study buddy guide of sort to help you stay on task, focused in on what you should be researching and learning to put the important puzzle pieces together that are going to affect the bottom line for crypto investors. Blank, it's 4 pages. When I flesh these out, and we have over half a dozen, the majority of them are in artificial intelligence. This can take an hour to read just one. Another tip I'll drop you guys is Tau. This is one of the leading artificial intelligent cryptocurrencies. Also, their VC is Polychain Capital. One of the things we looked through on this list are who are the VCs? And we have a list of the top 30 best performing VCs. Of course, Polychain Capital is on the top. We call this group Polychain Capital and Friends. So Tau is this huge artificial intelligent crypto. It's done miraculously. It's recently been having a massive downside, and there's a direct correlation that's causing this huge retrace in Tau. Originally, it cost 100 Tau to stake a subnet. On March 1st, right at the peak of Tau, they bumped it up to 10,000 Tau. That means it costs $5 million to do a subnet for Tau, causing the price to nosedive. Here's the tip. In the future, you definitely want to be on the Tau Twitter. You want to be in the Discord, because the moment that they switch the subnet fee, doesn't have to be back down to 100. They could even bump it down to 250, 500, 1,000. Anything less than 10,000 will be extremely bullish for not only Tau, but the rest of the AI picks as well. And our 24-point checklist are in artificial intelligent projects that are almost following in the shadow of Tau. Congratulations to everybody inside the Kaspa community. For you new investors who finally found this project, 10 years from now, people are going to be looking back saying, wow, you get it on Kaspa below $1? That's super early. Still to this day, I'm personally buying more Kaspa. Later, when it starts really fleshing out after the KRC20 news, then we can start looking into diversifying. And of course, the sector that we're leaning into is artificial intelligence. We do have a very bullish GameFi pick already selected out. And for everybody who joins the group and gets their hands on this how to vet a crypto process system, I highly advise that you start in GameFi, because it's the most simple and basic crypto to understand. And once you start vetting projects side by side, you'll get a whole new depth of understanding of what's going on in between the lines. And from there, you can move into AI, layer 2, ZK rollups, layer 1s, you name it. Your understanding will be jumped up to the next level. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.